so long.
Guys! Yes! Thanks, Joel.
Beautiful shot of the Polynesian Hotel.
Destro and Snake Eyes. Yes! For Christmas 1991, I received 2 brand new G.I. Joe figures. Both were later releases of super popular characters. Snake Eyes version 4, released in 1991, and Destro version 3, released in 1992. In today's video, we are taking a look at Snake Eyes. For more information on Destro version 3, check out my time-traveling G.I. Joe video. When it comes to G.I. Joe's most popular character, this version is one of the least popular. It was the 90s, and the brand was doing a lot of new things to compete with Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, and the X-Men toy lines. Neon colors and spring-loaded missile launchers were the order of the day. Snake Eyes version 4 was the first to feature a mostly blue uniform. Not a bad choice if you want to get away from the black uniform he had been dressed in for the previous 3 releases. I know blue pops more on shelves, but since '82, we've had a winner with solid black. This Snake Eyes has a lot of details in his sculpt, and a decent amount of paintwork. I feel like they took some cues from the sculpt of the version 1 figure, but they tried to get as far away from possible when they came to the paint scheme. Snake Eyes has a mask and goggles on, and I like the look of this outfit. It was used for a lot of related merchandising and media. Snake Eyes also has suspender-like straps similar to his original figure's load-bearing equipment. He also has black padding and a gray tactical vest. I wouldn't have minded if they had picked a slightly darker gray for this. The bottom layer of his chest is a blue shirt. It has sleeves that are void of details. He also has some black arm guards that feature symbols that seem to be Japanese writing, but I really don't know if they're real words or just designs. His legs feature black pants with some blue stripes going down the leg. Maybe the best color choice of the figure. I feel like he's kind of missing a belt on that waist. His lower legs have some sort of leg warmer padding. It almost looks like ninja boots. But he doesn't have the little cut for the toes. Snake Eyes has the standard articulation for Joes made between 1985 and 1991. Ball joints at the neck, swivels and hinges in the shoulders, pivots at the bicep, hinges in the elbows, that O-ring waist, J-hook ball joint hips, and hinges at the knees. This Snake Eyes comes with a mixed bag of accessories in some pretty terrible colors. I'll start with my favorite accessories. Snake Eyes comes with a pair of swords, and they are orange. The sculpt is great. I really like these swords, but they are orange. He's got a gun, and it's orange. It has a huge suppressor, I guess that's what that is, and it's orange. He's got a grappling hook that's as tall as he is, and it's orange. He's got a spring-loaded missile-firing backpack that's as tall as he is, and thank God it's blue. The backpack is so dumb-looking. It looks like a backpack on top of a crate that has a stovepipe sticking out the top. But it's really cool because you can stick an orange grappling hook in it, attached by a little bit of rope, which I lost many years ago. His ridiculous backpack can be loaded with the orange grappling hook, and it can shoot it. I think it was a huge mistake to give him this giant backpack and not include tabs on it for it to hold his swords. Snake Eyes' final accessory is a figure stand. Too bad it's not orange, said no one. I do want to point out that his backpack is shooting the grappling hook over his shoulder. This was probably an artistic change to avoid messing with the G.I. Joe logo, but Snake Eyes can't shoot this over his shoulder. It doesn't mount in any way like that. It probably would have been a better backpack if it could shoot over his shoulder somehow, instead of straight up and down. Here's a closer look at my carded sample of Snake Eyes here. You can see he's got the weapons really shoot burst, as well as a giant save inside on G.I. Joe items advertisement, cross-promotion here with Universal Studios that covers up most of his card art. He's in the bubble there. There's 2 different areas here for accessories. He's got his swords, his grappling hook, and his figure stand in the lower one, while his backpack and gun are in the upper one. There are definitely some instructions printed on the back here to explain how to use the spring-loaded grappling hook. In the card art, that his blue is much darker. There's silver on his wristbands with the writing on them, and he has silver swords. All of those changes would have been great improvements to this figure. Can you see that little bit of string? Mine got tangled around the railing of my Ghostbuster firehouse as a kid. I was looking at the cross-sell on the back here, and out of this range of figures, as a kid, I got fresh off the card Snake Eyes, Snow Serpent, Ambush, Salvo, Freefall, and Laser Viper. Down below we have his file card. Feel free to pause it here if you're into that stuff. I do want to mention that center paragraph of this file card, though, because it specifically references scenes from the comic book. A character's bio is a character's bio, in general, but it's kind of unique in this situation that we have seen drawn panels that explain exactly what's going on in this paragraph in the comic. Because I already had a superior Snake Eyes, version 3 with the knives on his chest, this version of Snake Eyes only got limited play. After the shiny newness of the figure wore off, his swords were passed along to Quick Kick, who had gotten at a yard sale as a kid without accessories. The swords were still orange, but now Quick Kick wasn't shirtless, shoeless, and weaponless in a fight. I honestly thought this was a pretty cool figure, and if I hadn't already owned a Snake Eyes, I probably would have loved him to death. Also, let's be honest. When they release Snake Eyes version 4, or Destro version 3, it's a bonus to Hasbro to have somebody who was buying the line earlier and already has the character rebuy them. But they really need to keep these figures on the shelf for kids that are just getting into G.I. Joe. This was meant to be somebody's first Snake Eyes. This Snake Eyes' body was repainted a few times over the years in some odd places like the Street Fighter movie line and some of the Venomverse Valor multi-packs. It's interesting to see his suit in black as well as desert and urban camo. Snake Eyes is a generally okay 90s figure. I like the head sculpt and the sword sculpt, but that's about it. His colors are a cool color scheme, but not all that Snake Eyes of a color scheme. His backpack and the grappling hook look really ridiculous, and his machine gun doesn't really have a great sculpt. I can forgive the colors of his uniform, for the most part, but the bright orange is a bit much. Thanks for checking out this SEO Tour Review Christmas memory. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Happy holidays.